This principle stated that whenever there is a system, which is in a equilibrium and its equilibrium gets disturbed, the system tries to bring the equilibrium again, or tries to restore the, we can say that it can try to restore the equilibrium again. So the simple, it's a very simple statement. Whenever there is a system, whenever there is a system which is in equilibrium earlier, and whenever the equilibrium is disturbed by any action performed over the system, which we're going to see when we take an example. So whenever the system gets disturbed, the system tries to bring the equilibrium again. They try to restore the system again, and they try to bring the system again to its earlier equilibrium. So sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not possible, sometimes very difficult, but they can the system achieve somehow its earlier equilibrium, or the new equilibrium, somehow the system achieve the new equilibrium state. So let's talk about with an example. Let's take an example, that is N2 and H2, which makes ammonia NH3, and we are talking about here moles. So 1 mole of N2, that is nitrogen, and 3 moles of H2 brings which gives us 2 moles of ammonia. So we are talking, that is ammonia. All three are in a gaseous form, so I write gaseous. So all the three are in a gaseous phase, all the three are gases. That is a nitrogen gas, that is hydrogen gas, and that is a ammonia gas. So this equation tells that this is a system which is in equilibrium state. We have a system which is in a equilibrium state. Now this is a system which is in equilibrium, and now I am going to take some scenarios which disturbs this system and how the system tries to restore its equilibrium again. Let's see. First of all, let's assume there is a container. There is a container. I'll take 2 containers. Sorry. What is happening? The boxes. That's now. I'll take 1 nitrogen here. That is 1 nitrogen, and let's take 3 hydrogen here. This is container A and this is container B, and now I take this color. Now this is, I have an ammonia particle. There are 2 ammonia particles here, and there are 3 hydrogen particle and 1 nitrogen particle are here. I'm considering that this 1 mole is 1 particle. Let's assume for this example. So I have 2 containers A and B. In both, 1 container contains the reactant particles, 1 container contains the product particles. Now I want to disturb the system to see how the system comes back to the equilibrium. So what I did is, first I add some nitrogen to the container A. So add nitrogen to this container. I add some nitrogen to container A, and what happens is, when I add some nitrogen to this container, if I add some more nitrogen to this container, the volume of the container is fixed, I know, the volume of container A is fixed for the volume for the container A is fixed, but now the pressure gets increases. If I if I add more particles, there are more number of particles, the volume is fixed, they apply more pressure on the walls. If you see, they apply more pressure on the walls of this container. Now what happens is the equilibrium tries to shift towards its forward sides. They try to make, look, if I add some nitrogen particle, they react with the hydrogen particle and they make more ammonia. Now the system tries to make more ammonia to reduce the number of particles here, to reduce the pressure from the container A and shift the pressure to the container B where the pressure is less. Now to maintain the balance, to maintain the equilibrium in the system, again they tries to shift the reaction towards the forward side. Now in this case the reaction shift towards forward or product side to maintain you getting my point or not? If I add more nitrogen, similar case for the hydrogen, if I add more nitrogen or hydrogen to the container A, the volume is fixed but the pressure gets increasing. So to maintain the balance, the reaction shift towards the forward side or the product side as more ammonia is formed by the incoming of new particles. Now let's see another scenario. What if I add NH3? What happens if I add NH3? That's right. Yeah, you guys are right. If I add more NH3 to container B, look, if I add more NH3 to container B, this side, if I add the ammonia to this side, what happen is there are more number of particles for the ammonia. There are new particles coming for the ammonia. Look, these are the new particles for the ammonia. As we have only 2 particles earlier, now the more number of particles of ammonia I added. Now the volume is fixed again, but the particles are increasing. Here the pressure increased. Yes, my friend, pressure is increased. Here the pressure in B gets increased. So what happened is pressure getting increased in the container B and the volume is fixed and the reaction is trying to shift itself. Look, sorry. The reaction shift towards backward side, where the backward side the pressure in B gets increased and the volume is fixed. Now to reduce the pressure is getting shift towards the backward side. If I increase the volume or decrease the volume, same thing happens. If I increase the volume, the pressure get decreased. Now the reaction again going to it's on the other side where the volume is fixed and the pressure is high. So we know that from the ideal gas equation, if we take the ideal gas equation, that is PV equals to nRT, and I kept all the other things as fixed. Like a number of particles getting fixed, the gas constant already fixed, the temperature I'll take is also fixed. If I take all these quantities as constant, that is constant, other quantities are constant, now the relation comes here is directly proportional to 1 upon V. If the volume get increased, the pressure get decreased. Here if I increase the volume, I increase the size of the container, the pressure get reduced, and here is pressure is more. Now to maintain the balance, now if the system wants to maintain the balance, now the reaction shift towards the reactant side as the volume is increasing for them. As the volume is increased, the reaction shift towards the backward side to the reactant side. If I increase the volume on the container B, the volume of the container B is increased. Now the reaction shift towards the product side forward, because there is an increase in the volume, the pressure gets reduced. Now the pressure needs to shift it to the other side to maintain the balance.